Hey, hey, hello. This is for the love of dogs and Breyer horses. I'm Rea Mea.
I'm Ash.
This is Sai, Musu, River,
And Ace.
and Ace. And we got the other three running around in here too, but you can't see them. So we're back from Breyerfest. We've been back for what,
2 weeks now.
2 weeks now. I was planning on many things, but yeah, y'all would not believe what happened. It's been the craziest freaking Breyerfest that I've ever been to. Actually, Breyerfest itself was pretty mild. Everything went pretty good.
Right.
It was the before
And after.
and the after that I ran into my issues.
And
Nobody.
mine.
Well, you had a few issues. Yeah. Mostly. Oh, your mom had most
I was gonna say, my issues were pretty large. Just, they weren't technically mine.
So, the plan for Breyerfest was we were going to leave Thursday and leave at noon from our northwest corner of Ohio here and drive down to Lexington, check into our hotel around 3, 4 o'clock. Go to,
It would have been about 5.
well, 5. We didn't have fast. But anyways, when I got down there, checked into the hotel, got some dinner, and then went to the Clarion fairly early. That was the plan. But on my way over to meet at Pipsqueak's place, which was my niece, and she also went with us, Ash called me. You wanna share? I don't know how much you want to share, but
Had a family situation arise. Somebody who was supposed to actually be traveling with us to Kentucky, because I have family down there, and they ended up in the hospital unexpectedly on Thursday morning. So there was a lot of trying to figure out what was going on, because I wasn't sure. They went to the doctor and then were sent to the hospital, but at the time didn't know that they were going to be kept in the hospital. So trying to get a hold of them and still preparing to leave, and I had to take Pearl to where she was staying for the weekend, and it was an interesting.
it was hectic, up in the air. We're not sure what's going on.
And then figuring out that they were being admitted to the hospital and told me to go on and go ahead without them. So we were already running late at that point by the time I managed to get a hold of them and figure out what was going on.
So I think it ended up being around 2:30 by the time we actually left.
It might have been 2 o'clock or
2:30.
something.
So we were running behind. I mean, it wasn't huge, just for, for the sake of everybody's okay now, and doing well. So then, after we got underway, we ended up taking 2 vehicles. We took Ash's vehicle and we took Pipsqueak's vehicle, because they have SUVs and I only have a little dinky car. And I had my 3 dogs in with me, and Ash had hers, and with her, and we were on I-75. We just outside of Dayton.
Yeah.
That happened. So we were just coming into Dayton. Traffic was horrendous. It was so congested. Everybody's switching lanes. I was driving Pipsqueak's SUV, which was the first time I've driven hers. I've driven one like it before, but this was the first time I'd actually driven hers. And as I was changing lanes, I had a fender bender. Totally my fault. Again, everybody was okay. Dogs are okay. The other person was okay. But this ended up delaying us again. There was no damage done to Pipsqueak's, except for a little
paint scratches.
Yeah, a little paint scratch, but it wasn't even that much. Like, Pipsqueak goes out and she goes brup brup brup, and it was pretty much gone. and the other person's vehicle had maybe a dent in it this big. They all had insurance. We exchanged information, waited for traffic safety patrol showed up, and got everything handled, and then sat back down again. And by the time we got down to our hotel, it was probably like 7 o'clock.
It was probably closer to 7. It was 7 or 8. Yeah.
Yeah. So we finally got down there, and we had the cash ready that we had all pitched in to pay for our room, and found out that since we got there so late, they charged everything to my card. So
it's not like we were there late.
yeah, from what she told me is unless you tell them differently, they will automatically charge the card at 3 o'clock when you're supposed to check in. And I'm like, well, how would I even know to tell you differently?
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. We stayed at a Red Roof. Red Roof has always been really good, and these guys worked with us pretty good, especially since we had 3 dogs per room. And,
Only supposed to have 2.
yes, they allowed us to have 3, so we did well, which was also why we weren't sure how many dogs we were going to end up with going, because we weren't sure how many the hotel would let us. Traveling with 6 dogs is always an adventure.
Yes. And Singe had strained her paw the weekend before Breyerfest, and so that actually had clinched my decision to take her to my sister's and leave her with everybody else, and I would just have the 2 boys. But then, since we had issues and the other person did not get to go with us, then that made that Cinch had to stay with us. So she handled the weekend pretty well, but
yes, it was a thing. It was a whole thing. But we did make it down there Thursday night. We did go to the Clarion. And while we were at Breyerfest, everything went pretty smoothly. Like, I mean, I actually had really good luck while we were there. And this mass on the table here is my haul.
minus a few necklaces.
Yes, we got 4 necklaces apiece. I'm probably going to keep 2 to sell next year, and I kept 1 in box, and then I've got 1 open here too that I'll show, and I'll do close-ups of all these at the end. So this video might be quite long because, yeah, I don't know how long I'll give close-ups to of each one. But the first night we were there at the Clarion, I found these 2 guys. Which, if you guys watch my channel for any amount of time, everybody knows I love the Foundation Stallions, and I want to eventually get all the Code-A-Pony paint marked ones. This is the first 2 that I've gotten, so I was very happy to find these. They were in box when I found them, and she wanted 35 a piece for each of them, but I asked if she'd take 60 for both of them, and she agreed to that, so I got them for $30 a piece, which I thought was a pretty good deal. And these were my official first purchases at Breyerfest. And I think that's all I got Thursday night. Which you didn't buy anything.
No, Thursday night.
And I don't remember if Pip bought anything Thursday night either.
I don't remember if she did or not.
We got there pretty late to the Clarion.
Yeah. If she bought something, it was probably 1 thing.
Yeah. I don't remember. She's gonna come and do a haul video herself, so we'll talk more about that then. And I'm gonna do a second haul video for Ash too, just because I have so many. This video would take forever if we did both of them in one. And then let's see. So that was Friday night, or Saturday, or Thursday night. It was Thursday night. So then Friday rolls around, and we figured we had plenty of time, so we went out to breakfast that morning. We didn't rush to the park. We went to Cracker
We
Barrel.
did not do the Ninja Pit of Death.
No. Maybe one year we'll do it, but we're old and we like to sleep. And after our Thursday,
I don't think it's that worth it anymore.
The one thing I was a little irritated at that I found out later was that they did the um, grab bags online again, and I didn't know that. I would have probably bought one if I had known, but by the time I figured it out, Breyerfest was pretty much already over, and the only ones they had left I'd already bought for. So, but yeah, I didn't even know they did that. So next year, hopefully I'll be more informed. And
the only thing that would have interested me to be there real early to get into the store would have been the Halloween horse. I had the Christmas horse, which I'll pick up later.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. The Halloween horse is my big thing because that one is kind of hard to find sometimes. So if I could have gotten him in the park, I would have.
But I will say the store seemed to sell out of a lot of stuff really quickly.
It did. And I'm sure the line Friday morning to get in was horrendous.
Oh yes, well everything Friday was horrendous.
It was.
Line wise.
Yeah.
So just for future reference, if anybody goes to Breyerfest next year and they do the same kind of setup, Saturday's the day to pick up the models. The majority of them. The lines were much shorter on Saturday.
Everybody wanted to get in there and get, particularly the surprise horses, I'm sure.
Yeah, to figure out what it was. So yeah, that morning we went to Cracker Barrel for breakfast, and then when they opened the store online, we were actually at a gas station, and my first Breyerfest official from Breyer purchase was this guy, which is the Rhenish Draft. Due to unfortunate circumstances that I'll talk about later, since we're doing this video so late, I actually have him in hand to show you now. I just opened him today. He is the matte version, but he's a nice, pretty looking boy. He's got really crisp markings here, so he's nice. I'm not going to spend too much time on any of these because I have so many to get through. But he was my first purchase that I did on Friday. And then we got most of our special runs we picked up on Friday.
4 each on Friday is what we did.
No.
Well, 6.
Yeah.
So we each did 2 the next day.
Yes. So, we mostly went and found a shady spot while we were there to let the dogs rest. Since we got there late, we had terrible parking. We were like in this little side.
Actually, it wasn't as far of a walk though. Really, it was just a weird spot.
We were in like this gravel pit, which we had a wagon and we had a dog stroller, and neither one of those wanted to roll through that stone. And it was just, there was no shade where we were at.
There's normally no shade anyway.
Yeah.
So,
well, you can get some in the back, but
usually you can't park in it because everybody else has it.
Yes. So, when we found our shady spot, we sent Pipsqueak off to get her special runs first. She was in line forever.
A little over an hour she waited in
Yes.
line.
But the particular shady spot that we sat in was kind of neat because we were apparently right next to the Breyerfest live feed.
Yeah.
And so we saw several of the horses get interviewed, and then while we were sitting there, they come up and asked us if we wanted to be interviewed, since we were sitting right there. And
you may have seen us on the live broadcast.
yes, I know our Australian watcher saw us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she commented on one of our videos. So hello to Australia. We see you. We see your comments. So thank you for watching. But yes, I believe what was the first one I seen get interviewed, I think, was this guy. We saw this guy get interviewed.
Yeah.
Right in front of us, which he was pretty cute. He had a really fluffy mane. And then they had the horse that,
Nicholas and Avatar's Jazz Man.
yeah, and the horse that did the painting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Vivaldi or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, we were there when he was doing that. So it was kind of neat seeing that, and we got to meet Kimber and do our little interview.
Yeah.
Which, did you see our interview?
No.
I did find it. So I have it taped off the computer screen on my phone. So it's not great image, but I might put some of that in our experience video. But that was really neat while we were waiting on Fitzgrant to get hers. And then when she came back, I sat with her and we Ash went off, and we were originally going to go and get our own special runs, but since the line was so long, I just sent her off with money and my tickets, and she went picked the majority of them up.
Next year we'll be splitting that more evenly.
So
that was terrible trying to get through the line with all those horses.
But let's see, we got our. You were worried about the dogs not coming over. Well, it ended up being my birds instead. Alright, so this was the, if you haven't seen, which I'm sure you have because everybody's done their videos before now, this was the, Cleveland Bay was the surprise model. And the first day that we opened them, I got this guy, which I don't mind the mold, but I'm not fond of this braided mane. Like, I like the loose mane better. And he's matte. And as I said, it was supposed to be my year for glossy, so I was a little disappointed with this guy. And the only reason I didn't try to trade him off is because he has one blue eye, and that's kind of charming. So I ended up keeping him. And then I got the glossy Landler. Got Brahms. He's my favorite. I love him. I love him so much. I got the Rapunzel. Stein. I got the Mare and Full Albion Spree up in the corner, which I'm not even going to try to get because I'll just knock everything over. I think that was everything that I got first day.
Yeah.
At the park anyways. And then we went back to the Clarion that night and went to the swap meet. And there I picked up, the first guy I picked up was this little Western pony. And I've been looking for these molds, and I could have probably found these guys on eBay, but shipping now is just crazy, so it's so much easier to find molds that I don't have there at the Clarion, because you can find some pretty good deals. And let's see, they had him for 30. I talked them down to 25, so I got this guy for 25. I picked up this guy, which is another Foundation Stallion. I'm not sure of his name, but I knew I didn't have him, so I went ahead and picked him up. Picked up this guy, and he was the last Foundation Stallion that I picked up that night, or the weekend. And then I got Buttons and Bows. I didn't have any of the Grazing Miracle, so I picked these guys up. And I think that was all that I picked up that night. I might have got Glitterati that night too. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I think I picked him on the Western Pony up at the same round.
Kind of like we did.
So that was Friday night, and we went to the raffle, and neither one of us won, which was like, yeah, okay. Oh, and we picked up our necklaces on Friday too.
Well, we did your necklaces.
Yeah. So here's the inbox one, and then here's the out of box one. And then we went to bed, got up on Sunday, and while I was out,
Should be Saturday.
Saturday, yes, yeah, Saturday. And then Saturday we went and found another shady spot, and I sold on a blanket most of the stuff that I wanted to sell, that I had brought down to sell, so that was good. And then I picked up the rest of our special runs that we needed, and which was my other surprise model, which I got this Lincoln Appaloosa with a loose mane. I was very happy, and he's glossy, so I was super happy. Yes, I was very happy. And yes, they're calling this a varnished blue roan.
Mm-hmm.
He looks very pretty to me. Apparently he's one of the more rare ones.
The lowest number made of the surprise horses this year. It's an even split between the matte and the glossy of
Yes.
those.
So I'm very happy with this guy. They had a leopard Appaloosa. They had the Wedgwood blue pinto, the gray pinto. They had a buckskin pinto, which I almost considered trying to trade the gray pinto for the buckskin pinto because he had a loose mane. But like I said, his little blue eye kind of charmed me, so I kept him. And then Marzipan, which we found out had a Palomino and Bay split, and I ended up with the Bay. Thought about trading him for the Palomino because I would probably like the Palomino better, but she ended up with the Palomino, so I thought it would be neat to do the comparison, so I kept him. So I got him. And then we also picked up some of the store specials or limited editions, whatever they're calling them. This is Chardonnay. He's super cute on flash mold. I really love these high stockings on him. All his markings are really crisp, full blaze. And then also picked up Montanara. And I really love him. This mane is so pearly. And I like this mold. I think that's all. Oh yeah, no, I didn't pick him up until Sunday. That was all I picked up on Saturday at the park. And then Saturday night at the Clarion, I got this guy, which is General Sheridan's Winchester. I didn't have one on this mold, and Ash and I were discussing, not a lot of people like this mold, but I really do. He's really cute. And then maybe I took pick Glitterati up that night. Because it seemed like I bought more than one. Oh, I bought Anthem that night too. But I'm keeping him in box. But I found him for $55, so that was a pretty good price on him. And I think that was it. That I got at the Clarion. And then we went home, or back to the hotel. Slept, got up the next morning, Sunday morning. Was out walking the dogs and tripped on uneven pavement and stubbed my toe really bad, which is like par for the course for me, because it was what, 3 years ago? No, 2018, I think.
8, probably.
Yeah, 2018. We stayed at a hotel that their dog walking area was like on a hill, and I was out walking my dogs and slipped and tore my toenail off. So apparently toe injuries and walking the dogs at Breyerfest is like a tradition for me now. So yeah, there was that. Went to the park for the last few minutes. We were mostly staying there for the raffle. And then after the raffle was done, pretty much right before it closes down. So we went there, and I went to the store and got Black Forest. And he's super cute. I know a lot of people have been split on him too, but he is super cute. He's kind of got this like metallic sheen to him, and his white is on point, and he's just, I don't have anything else to say. He's super cute. And then at one of the stores in the covered arena, I picked up this girl, Dolly. And I didn't have a whole community yet, so I picked her up. I think I got her for $65. Yeah. What's $15? So I got her, and waited for the Sunday raffle, and we sat way in the back, and I was like, you know, if we do win, this is gonna be like a terrible spot. And while we were sitting there, a girl like a couple rows in front of us, she won, and she jumped over the railing and ran across the arena, and I was like, I ain't gonna be running if that happens to me. And then like 2 minutes later, they called my name, and I won the Sunday raffle. Which you haven't even seen this one yet, have you?
Not out of the bag, no.
Yeah, because I didn't take her out until we got home. And there's our certificate of authenticity. And by the way, there was some running. There was a lot of puffing and puffing, and I trundled my butt around the arena to go and pick up my raffle model. I put $40 worth of tickets in. Won this pretty girl. Oh, I love her so much. And sooner or later, we're gonna get Zafira from the Collectors Club, and at that point, or the Premier's Club, yes. And at that point, I will have both of them that are on this mold, and I guess that means now I'm meant to conga this one. Yes. And she's Arabian, so I mean, I'm not like terribly upset about that. But this is Durndal,
something like that.
the German dress. That's what it means. But she is super pretty. I'm so happy I won her. Like, I don't even know what the chances we're getting on, but they were low. We've been going, I don't know how many years, 6 years now, and this is the first time either one of us has won a raffle. And yeah, so excited. If you watch the live auction, she sold for $9,000 for the live auction, or live, yeah, auction. So, yes, I was very happy about that. She's my Durndal. So, yes, I got her. Oh, and I picked these up, which is another stand. I have some horses on my top shelf that don't want to stand up, so that's what these are. These are pretty heavy duty. They're heavy. I think I got these for $30. I only seen one room selling anything like this, and it was on Saturday night. Oh, so I got those. But yes, so then we drove home fairly uneventfully Sunday night. Got back pretty late because we left late turn because we ended up talking to her family for a little while, and stopped to get food on the way home. So it was close to 9-ish by the time I got to my parents' house. And the plan then was to meet up the following weekend and do our video for our hauls and our experience and do all that and get it out just like everybody else has been doing. However, precisely 3 days after we got back, Wednesday, I got a sore throat and thought it was just my sinuses draining, but no. I got COVID-19, or the beer bug, as I've called it. So I've been in quarantine for the last 10 days, and this is, just my last few days out. So again, everybody's okay. It all worked out, but what luck I've had this Breyerfest. I'm not going to say that I for sure caught it at Breyerfest. It is kind of strange that exactly 3 days later I got sick. And out of our group, I'm the only one that got sick. Not sure how that happened. So yeah, this has been one eventful Breyerfest for me. I hope everybody else is, like I said, Breyerfest itself was great.
You didn't talk about your little gray pinto up there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about my little gray pinto. So
This went away before something happened.
yes,
to me.
I know. I don't have a good
Making
spot.
me nervous.
I don't have a good spot for her.
I'll take her.
Oh. So Saturday, when we had the horses all laid out, I was trying to get the ones I brought down sold, mainly so I would have enough room to come back with what I bought. And I had Luke sitting out on the blanket, and a little girl came up. I don't know how old she was, but she was pretty young. And she had this little custom mare here, or actually it's a stallion. He might be a dog. No, he's a stallion.
Supposed to be a stallion.
He's a stallion. So, anyway, she had this little custom stallion, and I'm well aware that I pretty much gave Luke away, but I have a soft spot for kids, and she wanted to trade him, and I know that this little custom is not nearly as worth as much as what Luke is, but she was a young collector. You want to keep them in the hobby, so.
And that was not terribly done. So.
No, I kind of like it. And I'm gonna keep it. So, I went ahead and traded her for this. I'll do a close up of this one too. But yeah, she got Luke and I got this little custom stallion. So, I'll do a close up of him too, because he's got like the real hair detail on him, and he's got some dappling going on, and he looks fairly nice. There's a couple spots that
Yeah, that one is
Yeah.
the biggest.
here on his little shoulder, but other than that, he's really good. But yeah, so I got this little pinto for a trade for Luke, and I think the only one that I didn't sell was Boudica and a couple of last year's event stalemates, which I gave one to Pipsqueak, and I still have one that I'll probably try to sell next year then. So, but this is my Breyerfest haul. This is my Breyerfest story. We're going to do her haul, we'll do a Pipsqueak haul, and then we still got the experience video once I get everybody's footage from her phone and Pipsqueak's phone. But yeah, so this is why it took so long. You can probably still hear the congestion in my voice because I'm not quite back voice-wise 100%. But I'm getting there. So I guess the good luck that I got from Jindal had to wear out, and our before and after Breyerfest stories are something to tell. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. If you went to Breyerfest and saw us, give us a wave. I know we did see a couple people that recognized us, so comment below if you were one of them. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks. Bye. Chill, chill.